Welcome to the Comedy MX Classic Comedy Channel. Classic as in Laurel and Hardy, Our Gang, Buster Keaton, and Charlie Chaplin.
Thank you, boys. Where'll you be when I need you?
Right here.
Okay.
I told you not to make that last payment.
Laugh out loud comedy, as in cartoons, TV shows, features galore, or the campy giant claw. Chuckle and guffaw the night away as you binge watch CMX Classic Comedies.
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has gone. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan. I married Joan.
Package for Mrs. Stevens?
Oh, yes, that's the shirt I bought my husband. Thank you.
COD, $2.70.
Oh, of course. Come on in, I'll get you the money. I don't think I've got enough. Oh, Beverly, have you got any money?
I'll look.
$1.57.
All I've got is 40 cents.
$1.57 and it's $1.90. I don't suppose you'd leave the package and I could send them a check?
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Stevens, but the store has very strict rules.
Well, Bev, I guess we've got to go to the vault for the money.
Looks like it.
See now. $50.
Good. I've got a dime. I'll try the easy chair. Another 10 cents.
Oh, fine. Now, let's see now. Yeah. That's $2.67.
You're still 3 cents short.
Well, let's see. $2.67 and a 3-cent stamp.
Thank you, Mrs. Stevens.
You're welcome. Oh, wait a minute. You've given us such nice service, I think you deserve a tip. Airmail.
Gee, thanks.
Goodbye. Thank you. Nice boy. Now let's straighten up the cushions, Dad.
Hey, what's this?
What's what?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Wait a minute, what are you being so mysterious about? Let me see that paper.
Oh, Joan, you don't...
Now, what is this? Don't forget present and flowers for Anne, July 5th. That's Brad's handwriting. Present and flowers for Anne. Who's Anne?
That's what I say. Who's Anne? Who cares?
Now, wait a minute, Beverly. You don't think for 1 minute that I suspect Brad?
Gosh, no, I never said a word.
Because I trust Brad without a shadow of a doubt. I have complete faith in him. Unshakable faith.
Of course you do.
Anne. Oh, what's the difference who she is? I wouldn't worry about Brad, not for 1 second.
That's the way to look at it, Joni.
Good time. Anne.
Big deal, he's home.
Hiya, honey.
Hello, Brad.
Boy, it's wonderful coming home to a sweet little woman.
What's the matter with coming home to your wife?
That's what I meant. Boy, I'm starved. How about some dinner?
All right, Brad.
I don't care what you have, just so you have plenty of it.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter?
I forgot to cook dinner.
You forgot to cook dinner. Why, of all the... Well, there's someone at the door. I'll get it.
Brad, don't worry about dinner. I'll open up a can of soup.
No dinner. Treadwell, what are you doing here?
I wanted to talk to you, Judge Stevens.
You certainly have a lot of gall coming here.
Well, what I have to say is just between you and me.
Look, Treadwell, you know I haven't any use for you. Anything that you want to say to me, you can say in front of the committee that's considering your disbarment.
Now, be smart, Judge. I know you can swing that committee. They'll do anything you say.
Well, if that's true, you won't be practicing law in this state after tomorrow.
I'm not asking you to do this for nothing. I'll see that you're well taken care of. Now, how about it?
Get out of here, you cheap crook.
Oh, playing the big honest judge, huh?
Get out of here.
Okay, I asked you to cooperate, and I was nice about it. But remember, I can get nasty, too.
Make up your own mind, Treadwell. Are you getting out of here on your own steam, or do you want some help?
Okay, Stevens. Just remember, I warned you.
Cheap chiseling lawyer coming to my house. Vegetable soup. Julie, it's cold.
Forgot to eat it.
Julie, how can you forget? I tell you, it's just...
Brad, how would you like a nice, big, thick, juicy steak?
A steak?
With mushrooms and lyonnaise potatoes.
Oh, that sounds great. I knew you were kidding about not having dinner. Where is it?
At the restaurant. They'll serve you. They don't care what kind of a husband you are.
Okay. Forgetting to have dinner. Joni, if you can't remember anything, why don't you write it down like I do?
I'd sit down, all right.
Everything okay? I just saw Brad leave.
Well, of course everything's all right. Beverly, will you please stop suspecting the worst?
But I don't suspect...
I'm not the least bit jealous, dear.
But I didn't say that you...
And I'll show you how wrong you are. I'm going to call the florist and let you hear for yourself that Brad did not send those flowers.
Briarleaf Florist.
This is Mrs. Bradley Stevens. My husband and I are having a little argument. Did he send any flowers out on July 5th?
Let me see. Stevens. Yes, he did. $20 worth of rhododendrons.
He did? Thank you.
And I have his note right here. It's a standing order. Send flowers to Joan Stevens every July 5th for his Ann. Oh, his anniversary, that is. It's an abbreviation, of course. Hello? Hello, Mrs. Stevens?
He sent them. He sent the flowers.
Oh, Joni, I'm sure there must be some mistake. You know Brad'd never do a thing like that.
Oh, no. The girl told me herself. He sent the flowers. And to make it even worse, the flowers he sent were my favorites. Rhododendrons.
Oh, there you are. Hiya, honey.
Honey.
Joan, what's the matter?
Look, Brad.
Yes, dear?
I've always trusted you, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Completely.
To the hilt.
No matter how bad things looked, I always trusted you.
That's right.
And I want you to know that I trust you now.
I'm glad to hear that.
Completely.
Good.
So explain this, you two-timing cheat.
Two-timing cheat? Don't forget present and flowers for Ann?
I suppose you're going to tell me that that's not your handwriting.
No, it's my handwriting.
Who is Ann?
I don't know, Joan. I admit I wrote it, but I don't know anyone named Ann. I never sent any flowers to anyone named Ann. I never bought a present for anyone named Ann. Do you believe me?
Yes, I do, Brad. I believe you're sincere.
Thank you.
What was the name of the girl you bought the flowers for?
Who can that be? What can it mean?
Hello, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Howdy, Bev.
Oh, Beverly, where you going?
Tom's taking me to...
Anniversary!
Nope, you're wrong. It's the Kappa Sigma dance.
No, I mean, it's this silly note. Ann stands for anniversary. It was an abbreviation.
Then the present and the flowers you brought were for Joni yourself?
That's right. And she had the nerve to be angry with me. Oh, boy, that's really biting the hand that feeds you.
Right up to the elbow. But Joni will sure be happy to hear it. Why don't you go in and tell her?
Yes, No, I'm not going to. Not yet, anyway.
Brad, you can't torture her like that.
I'll teach her not to trust me.
You don't have to. She's pretty good at it already.
No. Joan doesn't trust me. She's probably listening in on the extension. Oh, Tom, will you do me a favor?
Well, we're on our way to
Just take a minute. Now, Tom, I want you to go to a phone booth and call the McGillner Theatrical Agency, see? Ed McGillner's an old friend of mine, and tell him to send over an actress who'll pretend that her name is Ann.
Brad, you couldn't.
Oh, couldn't I? Since I'm already guilty in Joan's mind, I might as well give her a little more evidence. I'll let her think there really is an Ann.
But Judge Stevens...
No, don't worry, Tom. It's just a joke. We men have got to stick together. And you tell Ed to make sure that Ann is gorgeous, glamorous, and friendly. Very friendly. Tom, as the feller says, if you've got the name, you might as well have the game.
Well, I'm glad I'm not going to be a spectator. Something tells me this game is going to get pretty rough. Come on, Tom.
Yes, but are you sure Mr. McGillner isn't back yet?
Of course I'm sure. Are you the fellow that's been calling up for the last hour?
Yes, and it's very important that I get a hold of Mr. McGillner. I'm supposed to hire an actress, and it's got to be done soon.
Look, I just clean up here. But Mr. McGillner ought to be back soon. Never took so long for dinner before that I could remember.
Okay, I'll try again in a little while. Come on, Bev, let's go.
Wait a minute, Tom. Give me a dime. I forgot to call Mary.
Hello.
Hello, Joan. This is Beverly. But don't mention my name if Brad is there.
What's up?
Well, I wasn't supposed to say anything, and I can't talk too loud because Tom's here. But Brad's playing a dirty trick on you. That note you found, you know, about the present for Ann? It meant present for anniversary. It was for you. The present and the flowers were for you.
Oh, boy, I can't tell you what a relief that is.
What's a relief?
Taking off this tight shoe, my feet are killing me, Brad.
Now listen, Joan, there's more. Brad's angry at you for suspecting him, so he's having Ed McGillner send over an actress. She's supposed to make love to Brad, so you'll be jealous.
Oh, it's all perfectly clear to me now. Oh, well, of course, Mrs. Hockhauser. Yes, I'll be right over.
Joni! You're not leaving.
Well, I have to. It's Mrs. Hockhauser. She fell down 2 flights of stairs.
Well, who the dickens is Mrs. Hockhauser? Why does she need you? Why didn't she get her husband?
He's the one who pushed her down the stairs. Goodbye, Brad. Joan, go here. I know. Joan.
How much longer are we going to stand here, Mr. Treadwell? I'm getting tired.
A week, if necessary. I told you, no matter how long it takes, we're waiting until the judge's wife leaves the house, and then we... Uh-oh, there she goes.
Where?
Back here, you want her to see you? Oh, this is perfect. Now, you know what you're supposed to do.
What do you think I am, an amateur? I've helped you frame a half dozen guys.
I know, but nothing is as important as this is to me. Now, what are you going to do?
Okay. I set up the delayed action on the camera. Then I throw my arms around the judge, and then we get the pictures to make the judge look like a playboy.
Fine. Now, get going.
Operator, will you give me the telephone number of the Ed McGillner Theatrical Agency? It's on... Never mind.
Oh, hello, handsome.
Oh, it's you. You're too late.
Huh?
I was just calling Ed McGilner to tell him to forget about it.
What?
My wife just left.
Oh, well, that makes everything perfect, doesn't it?
Look, you're wasting your time.
It won't really be wasted.
Well, what is it? My wife isn't here to see us.
Sounds ideal to me.
Look, Miss, whatever your name is, I can understand that you're disappointed, but don't worry, you'll get paid. Ed McGilner, theatrical agency. I'm sorry that it didn't work out, but maybe some other time.
Oh, but it's so early, we haven't really gotten acquainted.
Well, I'm sorry that... No, there was...
Look,
My wife!
Your wife?
Listen, this is better than I expected. Now, come on. Oh, wonderful. This is... Let's make it look good.
Oh, Brad, you should...
Joan, I don't know what to say.
Try hello.
Hey, look, Joni, I know what you're thinking, but you're all wrong. This isn't Anne.
Hello, Anne.
Joan, Helen and I grew up together in Cleveland, didn't we, Helen?
Oh, yes. Yes, we did. Well, I better be going now. Goodbye, Mrs. Stevens.
Oh, you can't go now. Well, I'm sure that you and Brad have a lot of things to discuss.
You mean you really want me to stay?
Well, of course I do, because any friend of Brad's is certainly a friend of mine. Let's sit right over there. You too, Brad. Well, you probably haven't seen each other, and, well, what's that?
What's what?
That red smear.
That's...
Bradley Stevens, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Joan, I can explain everything.
There is no explanation for a thing like that.
But, Joan...
Well, it's disgraceful. Getting ketchup all over your clothes.
Ketchup? That's lipstick.
A likely story. Now, why don't you just admit, dear, that you're a sloppy eater?
Joan.
Come on, dear, go into the kitchen and get the spot remover.
The spot remover, but Joan...
Well, you can't sit in front of Helen or whatever her names are looking like that.
Oh.
You're a slob.
Oh, all right.
Well... Okay, miss, you can stop acting now. I'm on to your little scheme.
You mean you... Oh, now, look, Mrs. Stevens, I only did this because
Now,
they told me...
don't worry. It's okay with me. In fact, I'll even help you.
Help me? Oh, now, wait a minute. I'm doing this job for money, but you're his wife. Why do you want to do it?
To get even with him. And believe me, he's got it coming. Say, what are you supposed to do?
Oh, you know, the usual. I'm supposed to kind of snuggle up to him and throw my arms around him and hug him and kiss him.
That's terrific. Look, I'll let you in on a little secret. When you kiss him behind the ear. Drives him crazy.
Swell.
Hey, Joni, will you come here a minute?
Yes, dear. Excuse me a moment.
Joan, I can't get this spot off the coat.
Well, it's all right. I'll get it out later, dear. Here. Put your dressing gown on.
My dressing?
Well, you know how handsome you look in it anyway. Come on now. There we are.
Oh, no, not the ear. Stop that. Oh, come on.
Bradley! She's only trying to be friendly.
Friendly. Okay, Joan, so you guessed it. I admit it. Helen's an actress I hired just to make you jealous.
Oh, come now, Brad. I wasn't born yesterday. You don't have to make up things like that for me. I don't mind. She's your friend. She happens to be affectionate. So enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Be my guest.
Thank you, Mrs. Stevens.
Well, think nothing of it, courtesy of the house.
No, stop that. Joan, will you make her... Cut that out. Joan, she's just an actress. Call Ed McGilner. She's a... No, stop it. This is going too far. Absolutely, Joan.
You're a real doll.
No, Joan, stop her.
Here.
Oh, a camera. How thoughtful.
I thought maybe you'd like to take some pictures.
Yeah, would I? These pictures ought to be worth a mink coat.
What's this, a camera? You put that thing away.
Oh, honey, you certainly want a picture of this happy reunion.
Sure, you do. Come on, John. John, call it.
Oh, that's lovely. Come on now, another one. This time really with him, will you, dear? Very good, very good. All right, now, shall we have some more? You'll be my slave for life.
Stop this, will you? Tony, this has gone far enough.
One more.
No, stop this. Joan! Joan! I'll never forgive you. I gotta go. I get out of the...
Hold it! Don't move, please. Just hold everything. Here we are. That one is a dilly.
Well, I guess I did have it coming to me, Joni. And did you really know she was an actress all along?
Oh, she didn't fool me for a second.
I'll get it there. Oh. Hello?
Listen, I still haven't been able to reach Ed McGillner about sending over the actress. You still want me to keep on trying?
Yes, keep at it, Tom. Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Joan.
Well, what? What?
Joan, that girl that was here wasn't sent by Ed McGillner.
You mean that girl wasn't an actress?
No.
Well, then
who was she? Joan, I'm worried. I don't know why, but I'm worried. Now I know why I'm worried.
I just dropped in, Judge Stevens, to thank you for being so nice and friendly to my girlfriend, Millie.
Millie?
The girl with the camera?
Camera? Treadwell, what are you going to do with those pictures?
I don't know. But when you're running for election next year, they should make very nice posters. And the newspapers would love to get them.
Joni, I hope you're satisfied. You held me while she kissed me. You made me wear a dressing gown. That'll look good. You even took the pictures for her.
Brad, maybe the camera was no good.
Brand new.
Well, maybe there was no film in it.
Loaded it myself.
Or maybe there wasn't enough light.
High-speed film. And Millie should be here any minute with the developed pictures.
Joan, if those pictures are used, and I am the real...
Did you get them?
Here they are.
Just one picture?
Well, what do you think of stupid me? I forgot to turn the film after each snapshot. Look. Oh, it's awful. Such photography.
Oh, this is very interesting. Very interesting. What's the title of it? Life in a Bowl of Oatmeal?
Come on, Millie, get out.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
You know how important this was to me?
Well, Joni, I hope we never have to go through anything like that again.
I'm never going to have the faintest suspicion of you again, no matter how bad it looks.
Oh, good. I'll get it. Hello?
Judge Stevens, I think we better give up on McGillner. I don't think he's coming back tonight.
Forget about it. Anyway, my wife is home. Goodbye, Anne.
Anne? Who's Anne? Bradley J. Stevens.
No, Joan.
That I
Now, listen, you promised, Joan. No, I know. Joan, we can't go on. Joan, the pictures. No,
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has flown. To each his own.
I'm home.
Oh, hello, doll.
Hello, lover.
Sit down, sweetheart. I've got the slippers, the paper for you, the footsies.
Ah, there we are. Well, dear, what did you do today?
Oh, nothing much. I had the place all straightened up by noon. I didn't know what to do with myself, so I went shopping.
Oh, I didn't know you needed anything.
Well, I didn't.
Well, then why did you go shopping?
Well, I told you I didn't have anything to do.
But, Joni, I thought people went shopping because they needed something. You make it sound like a sport, like tennis or something.
Wait till you see what I bought. Look.
Joan, what are these?
Why, they're a match set of genuine Oriental back scratchers. The real thing, too. You see, there's a Chinese word carved into each one of the handles. Jei and Nui.
What does that mean?
His and hers. Don't you just love them?
And what did these two absolute necessities cost us?
I got the both of them for $7.49.
Joan, $7.49 isn't exactly a fortune, but it is money, and for you to throw it away on such nonsense as these, just because you happen to have a lot of spare time, I work too hard for our money. For you to throw it away on such nonsense, Joan, I don't mind if you buy little feminine doodads, but for you to go just because of sheer boredom and throw money away on such nonsense, Joan, it's just absolutely. I work too hard. The money is to the taxes, and for you to out of sheer...
That, a little lower and more to the left, dear.
Oh, Joan. Joan, the trouble with you is that you have too much spare time. Why, you're practically an adult juvenile delinquent.
Huh?
Yes. Instead of hanging around street corners, you hang around department stores. You should find something more constructive to do with your spare time.
Like what?
Well, take your ladies' club, for instance. You should be taking part in civic affairs.
I never thought of that.
Sure, holding meetings with public leaders. Supporting the election of the proper officials.
Oh, well, honey, that's a wonderful idea. And I'll tell you what I'll do, darling. I'll present it at our very next ladies' club meeting. And furthermore, I'm going to take back the back scratchers.
Good girl.
And we should take a more active part in civic affairs and invite important public leaders to our meetings. That way we'll know what is going on. Also, that way we can help improve ourselves and also help to improve our city. I thank you.
Very good.
Now, Joan, that is a splendid suggestion. I think we should act upon it at once, don't you, girls?
I certainly do.
Madam Chairman. Jane?
I move we have a luncheon meeting next week with an important guest speaker.
Now, has anyone any suggestions as to who we might ask to address us? Joan?
Madam Chairman, how about Senator Adams? He's the state senator from this district. And,
yes.
Huh? And I was reading in the paper that he's going to be in town for a few days. You see, there's his picture.
My, what a distinguished-looking man. I'll say.
And our club motto, which I got out of one of my husband's law books, is Maximo Civicus Nole Backus.
What?
Which means more politics, less Orbacks.
Well, anyway, it's nice speaking to you, Senator Adams. Maybe next time you're in town, we can get together and we can have that lunch and
Hello,
few
honey.
things at the...
Wait till you hear the news. The girls just loved your idea, darling. They were...
Joan, this is a very important call. I'm talking to Senator Adams. And...
Senator Adams?
Yes.
Let me have the phone, honey.
What?
Hello, Charlie?
Charlie? Joan, this is a senator. It's...
Charlie, this is Joan. That's right. Judge Stevens is my husband. Small world, isn't it? Well, thank you very much. Yes, I'll say goodbye to him for you. See you tomorrow, Charlie. Bye. Good old Charlie.
I can't even get to eat lunch with him, and
You call him Charlie.
Oh, yes, dear. I've been trying to tell you. The girls just loved your idea about taking active parts in civic affairs, and Senator Adams is going to be our first speaker at the luncheon tomorrow. And I spent an hour with him today making all the arrangements.
Well, if this isn't a coincidence. You see, Senator Adams is,
You mean Charlie?
Yes, Charlie is the head of the committee, and, see, it's up to Senator Adams to,
You mean Charlie?
Yes, it's up to Charlie to recommend appointments, and, Joan, he could put me up for a federal judgeship.
Your appointment depends on Senator Adams?
You mean Charlie. This is no time to stop calling him Charlie.
Well, don't you worry, darling. By the end of the luncheon tomorrow, I'll have Charlie eating right out of my hand. Oh, that's a good one. I must remember to tell that one to Brad. You know my husband, Judge Bradley J. Stevens. He's so anxious to become a federal judge, Charlie.
Well, that's entirely possible. He's doing a fine job. And I'm happy to see his wife taking such an interest in civic affairs. As I often say, the best way to judge a man is by the woman he marries.
Oh, Charlie.
Ladies, we have with us this afternoon one of the foremost civic leaders of our state. Now, to introduce our speaker, I would like to present Joan Stevens. Joan.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chairman. Ladies, before introducing Senator Adams, I'd like to say a few words about his magnificent record as a public official. One of the most honest men in our state government, his good old Senator Adams. Yes, ladies, there's nothing about him that's false. I repeat, ladies, nothing about him is false. The senator is a man who, the senator, I'm sure, is as happy to be with us this afternoon as we are to be with and I just want to tell you, ladies, that he certainly can show us women how to play our civic parts in this community. Now then, I'm sure that the senator is one of the finest statesmen that ever stated in any state, or I may say in any community or country or wherever you want to look at it. I just would like to give you at this time Senator Adams, a man who I am sure is one of our foremost. Yes, the senator is in the Senate, you know, and he
What's
is
that?
one. Oh, there's a little dog. That's our mascot of the club. Oop,
What kind is it?
It's a Mexican hairpiece, a hairless. Cute little fellow, isn't he? Come on, come on. As I was saying, the senator at this time, it's I wouldn't trust him around strangers. Stop. Now, as I was saying, the most unusual thing about this particular senator is that here you are. He loves vegetables.
Oh?
And so, ladies, at this time, I would like to say that we are so very fortunate in having a man like the shining light that he is. Oh. I think I better take the little fellow out for a walk. Excuse me. I give you Senator Adams.
Ladies. Mrs. Stevens, just a moment. That belongs to me. Good day, ladies.
Joan, whatever made you think of that?
Well, I didn't know he was an old baldy, and I just caught his toe.
Hello, lover. Well, how did everything go this afternoon at the luncheon for Senator Adams? And, Joan, what's going on here? Why are you packing?
Brad, I love you. I'm mad about you. I adore you. So I'm leaving you.
Oh, Joan, don't be ridiculous. Leaving me? What for? Why?
Because I'm just not good enough for you.
Oh, Joan, will you stop this nonsense? I love you, and you know it.
And I love you, Brad. That's why I'm leaving you.
Joan, will you please tell me what this is all about?
Well, honey, if you must know, at the luncheon today, I accidentally pulled Senator Adams' toupee off, then I bit him and it fell into a finger bowl, and I doubt if you'll ever become a federal judge.
Oh, no.
I'm just no good for you.
Oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened to me.
You'll be better off without me.
I've always dreamed of being a federal judge, and now it's gone.
So I'm leaving.
It's gone.
So I'm leaving, Brad. I'm leaving, Brad. Yep, I'm leaving. Bye. Your little wife is leaving, Brad. I'm leaving. The one you took on the honeymoon, you know that one, that one there? She's leaving. The one who scrambles your eggs just the way you like them, with onions and... Bye.
Joan, where are you going?
Huh?
Oh, Joan, you can't believe me. Losing a federal judgeship is bad enough, but do I have to lose a wife, too?
Oh, Brad, darling, you're just wonderful, and I'll make it up to you, darling. I'll be your slave. And don't worry, darling, you'll be a federal judge because you're just too smart and intelligent.
Oh, Joni, now. Take it easy. It isn't as bad as it seems now that I think it over.
It isn't, darling?
Well, no, Senator Adams isn't a child. What happened was an accident. So I'll invite him and Mrs. Adams over for dinner, and we'll patch the whole thing up.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so glad. And believe me, you'll be very proud of me, too. I'll make quite an impression on Mrs. Adams because I can be a great conversationalist when I have to be here.
No, Joni. Mrs. Adams happens to be a very intelligent, intellectual person, so just listen, huh?
Just listen. But, Brad,
she's also an artist. All she's interested in is painting, so just listen, huh?
Oh, why can't I talk to her about painting?
Joni, she's an expert on the subject, and you don't know a darn thing about it.
Well, Brad, if I can't talk, how can I make an impression on her?
I'll tell you how.
How?
Just listen.
Madame, no one learns to paint in a few days. It takes months, years perhaps.
Well, I don't want to learn how to paint. I just want to know enough about it that I can discuss it very intelligently with someone I'm trying to make an impression on. Do you see what I mean?
No, but as long as you are willing to pay for the lessons, you can start here. Here is the palette, the brush. I will come by at intervals to criticize.
Is that all you do? You just criticize? What a nasty way to make a living.
Madame, il faut faire la ligne un petit peu tout droit. Voilà.
I can't help it. The model keeps moving.
I'll talk to him. You, big boy, you want to be a model? A model does not move. You understand? Don't move. Voilà. What is this?
Well, I was doing what she was doing, like this. That's all I could see. My thumb.
You're supposed to be painting the model. Here is now the canvas. Paint the model. Yes.
Please. Sorry.
You don't mind.
I'm just a beginner. I'm trying to learn how to paint.
It's very difficult to paint with someone looking over your shoulder. I'll thank you not to.
Gee, I'm doing much better than I thought I was.
Just what are you doing?
I'm painting. Pretty good for a beginner, don't you think?
It should be. It's my canvas. There's yours over there.
So it is. I'm awfully sorry. Here, I'll wipe my part off.
Oh, now you ruined it. You fool. Your painting is nice, too. Especially this part right here.
Now, wait a minute. You did that deliberately. What I did was an accident. You see, I just thought that painting was that one. Wipe that right off, Miss.
Another accident, eh? Well, here's another accident on your painting. And here's another one here. And here. And there. And there.
Well, if that's the way the kid wants to play. And here's another accident for your painting. From top to bottom.
Adams, are you all right?
Am I all right, you idiot? Can't you see? What will the senator say about this?
Oh, c'est pitié, je vous en prie, madame, non,
Mrs. Adams, is your husband Senator Adams?
Yes, he is.
Oh. Be my guest.
Mrs. Adams. Of all people, Mrs. Adams.
Brad, I don't know what to say. But it wasn't my fault. She started it. Honest, she did. I was only trying to make up for what I did to the senator.
No, Joan, forget about it. It's all done. It's over. So I won't be a federal judge.
I'm sorry, Brad. I'll get it.
Mrs. Adams. Mrs. Stevens. I just can't thank you enough.
Huh?
Judge, you don't know how grateful I am to your wife. She did it for me.
I did?
You certainly did.
What did I do?
You remember when you made me angry and I spattered up your canvas?
Yeah.
Mr. Latouche took one look at it and said it was the best modern painting I'd ever done. Sheer emotion. So I entered it in the city art school and won first prize.
This won first prize?
Oh, we really must get together for another session. You just seem to bring out the talent in...
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has flown. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan.
Joan Davis with Jim Backus in
I Married Joan.
Brad, wake up.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Brad, Beverly isn't home yet.
Oh,
Brad, look, it's 1 o'clock.
well, so what? It's 1 o'clock at this time every morning.
Well, Brad, you don't understand. My sister Beverly isn't home yet.
Well, honey, this isn't the first time she's been out this late. She'll be home soon.
But, Brad, you don't realize she's my sister. She's your sister-in-law. Why, she's just like one of the family. Brad, how can anybody be that calloused? How can you sleep?
Well, frankly, not very well with you making all this noise. Joni, will you stop this nonsensical worrying about Beverly? But believe me, she'll come home. She went to a college sorority dance. There can't be anything wrong in that.
I guess you're right.
Well, sure I am.
After all, what could happen at a college sorority dance? You and I used to attend lots of them when we were...
Joni, don't be silly. Look, she's out with Tom Peters. You know Tommy's a nice, intelligent, shy young boy of 19.
Well, you were also a shy, nice, intelligent boy at 19.
Yes, but when I was 19 and in college...
1:30. Dance supposed to be over at 1. Why isn't she home?
Well, you know kids, honey. They're probably out riding around in that hot rod jalopy of Tom's.
She's driving around at this hour.
Well, come to think of it, though, she's probably not driving at all. They're probably parked somewhere.
Oh, Brad, what am I going to do?
Oh, now, come on, take it easy. There's no need for this hysteria. Come on now, come on, chin up. No, chin up. Oh, that's better. That's my brave girl.
You're absolutely right, Brad. I'm a mature, grown-up woman, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call my mother and ask her what to do.
Julie, can't call your mother now. Look, she lives in St. Paul. It's 4 a.m. there.
4 a.m.?
Yes.
Why, if Mother finds out that Beverly was out till 4 a.m., I can't... Well, she'll do the... Oh, she'll... Oh, I got such a headache. I better get something for it.
Now, look, honey. You're going to talk to Beverly the first thing in the morning. Now, Tom Peters is a nice young boy, but she's been seeing entirely too much of him.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, he was here at the house every single night last week.
Except Thursday. Thursday, Bev went to his house. Oh, I better call the cops or the hospitals or something, Brad, really.
Joan, don't you think you'd better put some ice in there?
Brad, isn't it bad enough I got a headache? You want me to catch cold, too?
Now, honey, look, don't knock yourself out. Relax. Take it easy.
Okay, you pace for a while, then, Brad. Thank heavens. She's home. Yep, that's her.
Now will you go to sleep?
Yes, lover.
Don't forget, you're going to have a talk with Beverly the first thing in the morning.
Don't you worry. I'll certainly talk to her. Will I ever? Beverly, don't you dare let this happen again. You've stayed out till 1 o'clock for the last time. Besides, you've been seeing entirely too much of Tom Peters lately. And another thing, Beverly.
Johnny, will you please let me get some sleep?
Go ahead, Brad. I'm talking to Beverly. And another thing, Beverly, don't you realize that I'm responsible for it? I cannot keep such late hours as this. Here she comes.
Joni, are you sure you don't want me to have this talk with her?
Oh, no, Brad. I'll do all the talking myself, and believe me, I'm going to tell that kid a few things. Why, if
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Beverly.
Beverly. Beverly.
Yes?
Beverly, the time has come. That is, I don't quite know how to say this. But...
Joni, what is it?
Okay, I'll come right out and say it, frankly and bluntly. Brad wants to talk to you.
Beverly, you know how I feel about things. I believe in calling a spade, and I don't believe in beating around the bush. Do I, Joni?
That's right. I've known Brad a long time, and I've never known him to beat around a single bush.
Right. And I want you to know that I absolutely agree with your sister.
So do I.
So do you what?
Agree with your sister. I mean, agree with Brad.
About what?
Well, we were just coming to that. Were we, Brad?
That's right.
Tell us.
Well, you heard what your sister just said, didn't you?
And you just heard what Brad just said?
That's right. I heard what you both said, and I agree with you completely. I promise I'll take care of it. See you both later.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, here they are.
Fine, fine. Say, give us a couple Cokes, will you, man?
Did you get the tickets?
Yep, there they are. 2 tickets to Chicago.
Great.
First time I ever heard of a couple eloping and going to visit their folks on their honeymoon.
Bev, I've told you a dozen times. Ralph and I grew up together. Our folks know each other, and they approve of our getting married.
The only reason we want to keep it a secret is to avoid being kidded by the campus cornballs.
Thanks a lot.
You haven't told anybody, have you?
Uh-uh.
Nobody.
Not even your sister and her husband?
Are you kidding? Joni's the last person I'd tell. She keeps a secret like a sieve keeps water. Come on in, Tom.
That you, Bev?
Yeah, Tom's with me.
Oh, I'll bring you some cookies.
Let's not get stuck here too long. We've got a lot to do before tonight.
I know. Janet and Ralph are both packing.
And remember, nobody's supposed to know. Not even your sister.
Oh, don't worry about Joan. What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Okay, just make sure.
Oh, gosh, Tom. Isn't an elopement the most exciting thing in the world?
Here are some cookies. I baked them myself.
Oh, thank you.
Beverly? Tom? Got anything you want to talk to me about?
No, Joni.
Nothing? Nothing at all you want to tell me?
Oh, yeah, come to think of it, there is.
What?
These are the best cookies you ever baked.
They are great cookies, Mrs. Stevens. Thanks. Well, I'll pick you up later, Bev.
Nothing you want to tell me, huh? Beverly, what do you think of marriage?
Marriage, huh? Well, it's a great thing. Must be very popular. There's one in every family.
No, I mean marriage among younger people.
I guess there's a lot of that, too. Kids are getting married these days who never got married before.
Beverly, look, you live with me in my house, right?
Right.
And you are my younger sister.
Sure. I'm only 19 and you're already...
Never mind me. It's you we're talking about. Now, what I wanted to say is, Brad wants to have a talk with you again. Well, I just couldn't bring myself to ask her point blank, but I know that she and Tom are planning to elope.
I don't believe it.
Well, I do. I heard her with my own ears, and even though it's supposed to be a secret.
Joni, calm down.
Oh, it's all my fault, Brad. Letting her keep such awful hours running around and seeing so much of that Tom Peters. Now the dopey kid's gonna get married.
I don't think so. She's not that dopey. No, honey, what I mean is that she's too level-headed and intelligent girl to do a thing like that.
Well, you really think so?
Well, sure.
But I heard them.
Well, it might have been your imagination, or you might have heard incorrectly. Now, I've done a lot of work on domestic relations, and everything that I know about Beverly and Tom points to one conclusion. Those kids would never elope.
Hi. Which way's the marriage license bureau?
Down at the end of this corridor and 2 doors to the left.
Thanks.
So you see, Joan, you have absolutely nothing to...
I never should have listened to you, Brad. I should have talked to Beverly and Tom at the courthouse. I should have broken up their wedding plans right then and there.
Joni, I told
Oh, no,
you.
you've got to be firm about these things, Brad. I should have stopped the elopement. That's what I should have done. Should have locked her in her room.
Now, Joni, that's...
Yeah, when Beverly gets home, I'm going to lock her in her room. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll lock all the windows and I'll lock the doors. Then Tom can't marry her unless he stands in the hall with the preacher and he puts the ring on her finger through the keyhole. That's what I'm going to do. I'll lock her in her room. And just to be on the safe side, I think I'll stuff up the keyhole, too.
For the 10th time, threatening them and using force won't do any good.
Who said anything about using force? I'm just going to tie her to her bed and lock her in her room, that's all.
Don't you see, dear, anything that you do would only make them more determined to elope. You've got to use psychology.
Psychology?
Yes, you tried to discourage her from getting married so young, didn't you?
Well, yes.
And then failed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now try psychology.
Well.
Promise me?
Okay, I promise. When Beverly gets home, we'll use psychology.
Good.
And then I'll lock her in her room.
Now, look, Joni, believe me, all we have to do is show that we approve of their marriage, and it'll solve the problem. If we insist they get married, then forget all about it.
You mean if we insist that they get married, that will stop the wedding?
Exactly.
Why, Brad, that's like giving a crook the key to the First National Bank to stop him from stealing.
No, Joni, don't you see? These kids are just rebelling against authority. Anything we tell them to do, they'll do the opposite. Please try it my way.
Okay, Brad. I'll try it your way. I'll tell Beverly we want her to get married.
Yes, but now, dear, you have to be careful. You have to plant the idea very gently. You have to be subtle.
Okay, Brad. I'll be subtle.
Hi, Joni.
We want you to get married.
No, what your sister means is, Beverly, we realize that you're not a baby anymore, and if you want to stay up a little late, that's perfectly all right with us. Isn't it, dear?
Uh-huh.
And if you want to go steady with some nice young man, we'll be delighted. Won't we, dear?
Well, of course. And if you want to elope, we'll hold the ladder for you. Won't we, Brad?
Sir, Joan.
Well, gee, thanks for this vote of confidence. You certainly are talking about marriage differently today, Joni. Yesterday you were using threats.
Yes, but today I'm using
We feel that you're old enough to go out on your own. We think that it's time that you got married.
But I don't want to get married. I'm too young.
Well, that's up to you.
Just wanted to remind you that we're having donuts for dessert tonight.
Little signal. Well, it's good that we had this nice little talk, Beverly.
Yeah, well, I gotta get dressed. I've gotta meet Tom. And no matter what you say, I'm not getting married. More donuts?
No, honey, that's the cup of coffee we used to dunk the donut in. I'm so happy and excited about Tom and Beverly not getting married, I can't even prepare dinner. I mean it. What do you think I was trying to open with this can opener?
What?
This other can opener. Honey, what do you say we celebrate and go out for dinner?
Okay, honey. I told you that psychology would work.
Oh, and you were right, darling. You're just the biggest genius in the whole world. Here's a kiss for being so wonderful. And here's a kiss for being so smart. And here's a kiss for being so clever.
What was that extra one for?
You might have a talent I don't even know about.
Well, listen, you telephone, I'll get your coat there.
Okay, dear. Oh, I'm so happy, because you know I am responsible for Bev, and if anything happened, I think I'll call Chasen's, dear. I love their salad there. Do you need this telephone number on the pad, dear?
On the pad? I didn't write anything on the pad.
Well, there's an... Oh, it's Beverly's handwriting. It's Dunbar 3575.
Dunbar 357... Well, that's Lionel Cushing's number.
Judge Cushing?
Yes. Why would Beverly telephone a judge when she's out with Tom? Unless...
Oh, no, she wouldn't.
No, of course not. Not after what she said, Jim.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not. Brad, she did it! She was there!
You're jumping to conclusions just
Give me my coat. I want to get over to the judge's right away.
All right,
How
dear.
could she possibly do it?
All right, honey, just take Tom. I'll go and get your car out of the
garage. Keep the motor running, Brad. I'm married. I never heard of... You can't trust me. Here now. Keep it. Should have locked her in her room. That's what I should have done. Listen to Brad and that phony psychology stuff. The baby sister gets married. It's like giving the whole story. You do should have locked her in her room and tell her. Oh, Jason's. No, I changed my mind. Just canceled the reservation. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right, madam. And by the way, I think you should have locked her in that room, too.
Johnny, the car is... What's going on in
Honey,
here?
there's no use explaining it. You'd never believe it.
But
There we are.
Me? Just leave for a minute.
Why don't we just call the judge? Call him up on the phone.
All right, Joni, but calm down. I'll call Judge
You know,
Cushing.
this doesn't happen every day.
I know,
Brad.
dear, but you're so clumsy
I could be
sometimes.
responsible. Married, well.
Hello? Oh, hello, is this Judge Cushing?
Yes, this is Judge Cushing.
Lionel, this is Brad. Brad Stevens.
Oh, hello, Brad. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Say, Lionel, you know Joan's sister Beverly. Well, were Beverly and her boyfriend Tom in to see you today?
Yes, they were, Brad. Beverly and Tom were up here with another couple, Janet and Ralph.
Oh, I see. Well, did they get married?
Yes, they did, Brad.
Are you sure?
Oh, Brad, I performed the ceremony myself not more than 10 minutes ago.
Oh, fine. Yeah, thank you, Lionel. Oh, Joan. Joan, they did it. They got married. Well, I was wrong, dear. I'm sorry.
My baby sister married.
Joni, honey, I said I was sorry.
Isn't it wonderful, Brad?
Huh?
My baby sister married. I used to push her in her baby carriage, and now she's married. I used to tease her with her dolls, and now she's married.
But, Joni, you just said that...
My baby sister. And someday she'll have a baby of her own. She'll be a mother. And I'll be a mother-in-law. Oh, God, isn't it wonderful? Honey, I'm going to call all my friends and tell them the good news. Here, hang up my coat here.
All right, dear.
Wait till they hear this. Oh, this is the second. Oh, Is that my
Honey, wait a minute, dear. I buy you nice things.
I'm in a hurry. I gotta tell him.
Well, I
think
know,
I'll call
but
me.
what?
Oh, honey, I got a better idea. Let's go over in person. I want to see the expression on their
All
faces.
right, dear. All right, honey, it's your sister. Okay, dear. Lover!
Why do you put it in my sleeve?
I
dear?
didn't.
You know, Mabel.
I came over as soon as I could to congratulate the happy couple.
Well, they're not even here yet, dear.
Well, Charlie will be over later.
Here, let me take your stove. I'll
Thanks,
hang it
Dad.
up for
I
you.
just had time to get them a gift.
Oh, that was awfully sweet of you, Mabel. You know, I just called a few of Beverly's best friends and a few of my best friends to tell them the good news.
My, this marriage certainly was sudden.
Sudden? Oh, don't be silly. I suspected it for a long time.
You did?
Oh, of course. You know what they say, blood is thicker than water. And when it comes to my sister Beverly, nobody is thicker than me. Imagine my baby sister married. Excuse me. Oh, Janet, hello,
Hi,
dear.
Joan.
How are you?
Oh, isn't this exciting?
Well, I should say it is.
I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Roy.
Oh, hello, Roy, and this is my husband, Brad.
Brad, how do you do?
Hello,
And,
Roy.
You know
I'll-
Janet, of course.
Yes, I'll take
Well,
this.
fine. Mabel, this is Janet.
How do you do,
and her
Janet?
boyfriend, Roy.
How do you do, Mabel?
Oh, I'm so excited I could burst. Are they leaving on a honeymoon soon?
Well, I don't know. I suppose so.
Gee, what a sneaky way to get out of that Spanish test tomorrow.
Well, you could get out of that Spanish exam too, Roy.
No thanks. I studied already.
Hello, Sally. How are you? Oh, thank you very much.
Where's the happy couple?
Oh, they're not even here yet. Let Fred take your
Yes,
bath,
I'll
Sally.
take it. You,
Sit
be
right
a
over
kid.
here,
Yeah.
dear. Sally and Paul, I want you to meet Mabel. And this is Janet and her boyfriend,
Hi.
Ryan. This is Paul. And, oh, excuse me.
Were you surprised you're alive?
Oh, Nancy, how are you?
Hi,
Don, nice to see you
again.
And Brad, I'm so
Honey,
glad.
I'm-
Hey, come on, I want you to see some
There
meet
you
some
are.
people.
I'll take it.
Mabel, this is Nancy, and this is
How
Don,
do you do?
and
Hi,
this is
Mabel.
Janet and Roy. This is
Hi.
Don,
Hi,
and
Don.
Sally and Paul, Nancy and Don, and Sally. This is Nancy. Oh, Mabel, this
Joan.
is Nancy and
Joan.
Honey, I'm introducing the folks. And Paul.
Well, Joan, I know you've been around twice already. I'm so excited about this.
Oh, wait a minute. I hear Tom's hot rod. Here they come.
Oh! Why don't we surprise them?
Surprise. Oh, that's a wonderful idea. And I'll tell you what you do. You all hide in the kitchen, and when I give the signal, you all come out and holler, surprise!
Wait a minute, fellas. Listen. What's the signal?
The signal? Oh, I'll ring this little bell.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. You forgot the presents.
Here you are.
Now remember, when I ring this bell. Hurry, baby.
Hi, Joni. Hi, Brad.
Oh, hi, Beverly. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Bev. Hi,
Hello,
Tom.
Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens.
Oh, Tom.
Yes, ma'am.
You better start calling us Joan and Brad now.
That's right, Tom, my boy.
Oh, okay, Mrs. Jones.
Oh, Tom, could you stay a while and help me with my Spanish?
Sure, Bev, I'd be glad to.
Well, come on over here. I'll show it to you. This is the part I'm having trouble with. Te amo ahora, te amaré siempre.
I love you now, I'll always love you.
He loves her in 2 languages.
Te odio ahora, te odiaré siempre.
I hate you now, I'll always hate you.
Brad, their first quarrel.
It's no use, Tom. I'll never learn all these big words.
Well, at least make sure that you know the little ones.
Guess they must have made up. He just said little ones.
Well, good luck on your exam, Bev. I better be running along now.
Now, wait a minute, Tom. Running along? Why, you don't have to run along now, Tom. You come right over here, boy. Sit right down there. And you sit right next to Tom, close. After all, this is a pretty special night.
What's so special about it?
Oh, honey, you don't have to pretend any longer. Brad and I know where you and Tom were this afternoon.
We spoke to Judge Cushing.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I had to keep it a secret from you, Joni, but you know how those things are.
Well, I was a little hurt at first, but tell me, how was the wedding?
To tell you the truth, I don't remember too much about it. I was worrying about my Spanish exam tomorrow.
You were worried about your Spanish exam during the wedding?
Well, after all, that Spanish test is pretty important, you know.
Well, Bev, you seem pretty calm for tonight.
Well, maybe I look calm, but I'm not calm at all.
Oh, well, it's perfectly natural, huh, Brad?
I can flunk that test tomorrow.
Beverly, didn't Mom ever sit down and have a long talk with you?
I'll bet Tom wasn't worried over any test during the ceremony.
No, sir. I was worrying about those new gaskets on my carburetor.
You know, I think these two kids deserve each other.
Well, where's the happy couple going on the honeymoon?
Chicago.
Who do you know in Chicago?
I don't know anyone in Chicago.
Well, who do you know in Chicago?
No one. I've never been in Chicago.
And then why are you going to Chicago?
I didn't say we were going to Chicago. I said the happy couple are going to Chicago.
Oh, you're not going to Chicago with the happy couple. I see. Go on, Brad. Tell them that we know.
Look, kids, we know the whole thing. You went over to Judge Cushing this afternoon, didn't you?
Yeah. We couldn't ask you to perform the ceremony because Ralph and Janet wanted to keep it a secret.
I wonder what's taking so long.
What's she gonna ring that bell?
And after we put them on the train for Chicago, we came back here.
Wait a minute. It was Ralph and Janet that Judge Cushing married?
Well, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Joni, don't tell me that you thought that Tom and I were married.
Oh, don't be silly. I knew it was Janet and Ralph. Why, you and that's the most ridiculous. After all, Beverly, What are you doing?
All I wanted was a piece of candy.
Oh, for a moment, I thought you were going to ring the bell like this. Please, I have an announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, I made a boo-boo.
What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has gone. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan.
Seen in tonight's cast were Beverly Wills, Tom Peters, Geraldine Carr, Philip Tong, Bill Bryant, Jan Shepard, Marilyn Burtis, Eileen Stanley, Richard Sargent, John Lupton, Norman DuPont, and Lorraine Crawford. I Married Joan, starring Joan Davis.
I married Joan.